citizens. It is my honor and my sense of duty that I present the annual report for the 2024-2025 financial year of the Department of Corporate Governance. As the member of the Executive Council entrusted with the oversight of this vital department, I am proud to reflect on the progress made in strengthening the governance, enhancing service delivery, and nurturing our rich cultural heritage. Chairperson, during this period, despite ongoing fiscal constraints and complex challenges, during the year under review, COGTA has been steadfast in providing support of our municipalities and the institutions of traditional leadership. The operationalization of the district development model was strengthened through the standardization of the political champion oversight program, where all district and metro municipalities were monitored on the implementation of the DDM-1 plan, as well as conducting of the DDM workshops to capacitate the role players in the implementation of the DDM-1 plan. Functional IGR platforms were maintained at all levels to support integrated planning and implementation thereof, Honorable Chair. Supported municipalities with development of credible IDPs. The capacity programs for traditional leaders continued, including leadership development and training, the award of bursaries, finalized the reconstitution of the traditional councils, monitoring of the district initiation fora, and adherence to the Eastern Cape Customary Male Initiation Act remained a priority for us. The Eastern Cape House of Traditional and Khoisan leaders continued its oversight role with active coordination of local house and convening of chairpersons forum. Despite noticeable achievements during 2024-2025 financial year, the department continued to face several persistent challenges. Chief amongst those were the fiscal pressures that constrained the expansion of the service delivery programs, as well as institutional instability in some municipalities, which negatively impacted on governance, compliance, and performance thereof. Additionally, Honorable Chair, the department grappled with the complex issues related to land administration and the management of information settlements. In response, the department implemented targeted mitigation strategies, including strengthening intergovernmental partnerships, enhancing internal control systems, and providing focused support interventions to high-risk municipalities to improve stability and accountability. Chairperson, we remain deeply appreciative of the essential role of traditional and Khoisan leadership that plays in preserving our cultural identity, promoting local governance. Our collaborative efforts have further empowered these institutions through capacity building and legislative reforms, including advancing reconstitution of traditional councils in line with statutory requirements. The department also continued to prioritize disaster management responses to emergency areas and convened critical forums like Provincial Initiation Summit to address health and safety in customary male initiation practices. Partnerships were strengthened to support pro-poor initiatives aimed at uplifting traditional communities. Looking ahead, Honorable Chair, we acknowledge the persistent challenge posed by socio-economic inequalities, climate change, evolving governance demands. Yet with the dedication of our staff, the support of our partners, and the resilience of our people, I am confident that we will continue to advance towards a more equitable, resilient, and prosperous province. Our mission is clear, Honorable Chair, is to strengthen local governance, restore public confidence, build municipalities that deliver efficient, transparent, and equitable. The past year has tested our institutions. Municipalities have faced mounting service delivery pressures, infrastructure backlogs, and the lingering economic and social scars of the aftermath of the heavy rainfall floods that battered the province and decolined the village in Mhlaba in particular. The Eastern Cape Cocta stood firm, guided by discipline, accountability, and the principle of Batupele. Honorable members, our department on the rise, as reflected by the strides we continue to make in governance, financial management, and institutional capacity across our 39 municipalities. Highlights of departmental interventions during this year under review include the following. In respect to internal governance and institutional capacity, the department continued to enhance internal governance structures to support sound administration, accountability, and service delivery excellence. Key areas of focus during 2024-2025 financial year, including risk management, internal audit, financial management, ICT system, and human capital development. Allow me, Honorable Chair, to highlight our key achievements which embody the spirit of corporate governance in action. 1, the clean governance and audit excellence. For 5 years, consecutive years, the Department of Corporate Governance and Traditional Affairs has achieved a clean audit opinion from the Auditor General, a rare distinction and a powerful testimony to a culture of accountability. We have extended this discipline to municipalities through the audit improvement strategy, resulting in a decline in adverse and disclaimer audit opinions across the province. Several municipalities, including Dr. Pierce, Nodie, Amatole, and Sengu, have shown notable improvements in governance and compliance as usual. Strengthening municipality capacity, our key strategic areas as well, Honorable Chair. Through the municipal support and intervention programs, we deployed the financial and technical experts to distress municipalities, helping stabilize governance in 19 struggling local municipalities of the province. Over the 320 municipal officials were capacitated through the local government learning and development programs in areas of supply chain, performance management, and project management to improve efficiency in governance. Through the Municipal Infrastructure Grant, Honorable Chair, municipalities delivered more than 800 community projects, including roads, water reticulations, sanitation systems benefiting thousands of rural households. The Disaster Management Center responded swiftly to climate-related disasters, including the Mhlaba floods that we experienced in June, where our coordinated response provided relief to the affected families and rebuilt critical infrastructure. Our department continued to honor and empower traditional leadership as custodians of culture, land, and social cohesion. We have regularized traditional councils across all districts, ensuring compliance with Traditional and Cohesion Leadership Act. Traditional leaders now play an active role in community-based development planning and social conflict resolution, bridging the gap between the state and their communities. Honorable Chair, we are transforming Cocta into a center of excellence in governance innovation. Through digital modernization, we are implementing an integrated municipal performance monitoring systems, enabling real-time tracking of service delivery and financial health across all municipalities that we have in the province. We are also developing a provincial local government data observatory, a first in our province, to strengthen evidence-based planning and accountability scientifically. The principle of corporate governance is alive and well in the Eastern Cape. Together with the Provincial Treasury, the Office of the Premier and SALGA, we have established a war room on municipal finances to monitor municipal spending patterns and intervene early in cases of fiscal distress. We are not spectators to municipal collapse. We are active builders of institutional resilience. For 2024-2025 year, Honorable Chair, the department is allocated a total budget of 1.5 billion. This allocation is directed towards the following: the 620 million for strengthening municipal governance and institutional capacity, 350 million for traditional leadership and institutional support, 430 million for disaster risk management, infrastructure support and climate adaptation, 100 million for innovation, digital governance and oversight systems. Every rand in this department is an investment in ethical governance and improved service delivery in the province. This year ahead calls for a renewal focus on sustainable local government, local development and youth inclusion and climate resilience. We will continue, Honorable Chair, to deepen the municipal turnaround plans, advance the clean audit outcomes across all municipalities, strengthen the disaster preparedness and early warning systems, foster community-based planning and anchor the transparency and accountability as one of the key principles. A call would want to share with the House is a call to share the responsibility, Honorable Chair. The task of building functional municipalities cannot rest with government alone. It's a call for partnership between state, traditional leadership, civil society, and communities at large. Let us remember the timeless truth: a government that serves the people faithfully earns their trust eternally. Together, we can make every municipality a place where governance works and community thrives. I therefore, once more again, Honorable Chair, table before you and the House the 2024-2025 annual report. Thank you so much.
The report stands referred to the Portfolio Committee on Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs in terms of Rule 191, subsection 5. I will ask the Secretary to read the 14th order of the day.
Introduction of the annual report of the Eastern Cape Provincial Legislature in terms of Rule 192, sub-Rule 4.
I will call upon the Speaker of the Eastern Cape Provincial Legislature to present her 2024-2025 Honorable Dr. Tuba.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Chairpersons of Committees, the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Honorable Maboyane, Chief Whip of the Legislature, Honorable Maqashela, leaders of political parties, members of the Executive, and members of the Provincial Legislature, representatives of the Chapter 9 and 10 institutions, members of the public joining us through our live stream platform. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Honorable Deputy Chairpersons of committees, I think it is important that as we table the 2024-2025 annual report of the Eastern Cape Provincial Legislature, we firstly extend our deepest condolences to the Mthethwa family for the loss of their son, Comrade Nkosinathi Emmanuel Mthethwa. The Mthethwa family lost a son, a father, and a husband. As South Africans who lost a former Minister of Police, former Minister of Sports, Art and Culture, and Ambassador of South Africa to France, one of our key partners. We also extend our heartfelt condolences to his political party, the African National Congress, who lost a comrade par excellence, who dedicated his life to the total emancipation of our people. Wanga umphefumulo wakhe ungalala ngoxolo. Honorable members, this House sittings takes place during the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is therefore important that we also add our voice in support of this campaign. As a legislature, we reiterate our view that this is a very important campaign and encourage all our members, staff, and all our people to do a regular breast examination and mammograms to support lumps, bumps, and other irregularities which could be a sign of breast cancer. We make this clarion call to men and women alike. Honorable members, as a legislature, we would like to join the countless calls the world over is demanding the immediate release of the Global Summit Flotilla passengers. The Global Summit Flotilla was carrying a humanitarian aid for Palestinian people in Gaza, which was illegally intercepted by Israel Navy on international waters. 462 peaceful activists from around 45 countries were on board the intercepted vessels. The inhuman act of blocking aid to Gaza confirms our view as a country that Israel is indeed committing acts of genocide against Palestinian people. Law is a frame that separates us from chaos. It is therefore important that governments the world over act now to restore the authority of international laws and separate us from chaos. World leaders have a responsibility to stand on the right side of history because our grandchildren will one day judge us harshly for our actions and inactions in this regard. I think even those who refuse to see and hear can no longer pretend nor plead ignorance. Honorable Deputy Chairpersons of committees, today we table the legislature's 24-25 annual report, a financial year which marked the 7th national and provincial election held on the 29th of May 2024. It brings me a great joy that during the period under review that we've managed to push barriers that sought to define us. For the first time in our history, we hosted a successful parliament for the creative sector and in line with Rule 18 of the standing rules, also hosted a successful workers' parliament. Also during the period under review, we successfully hosted one of our flagship programs that promote mass participation in the form of taking legislature to the people. This feat was achieved despite the hosting district experiencing floods that displaced families. The legislature was agile enough to rearrange the program and dedicate the first day of TLTTP to help communities affected by the floods. Honorable Deputy Chairpersons of committees, During this period, we reviewed our SOP on petitions and cleaned up our petitions register in preparation for the consideration of petitions through the Standing Committee of PPP&E. This process involved the consideration of 417 petitions emanating from the taking legislature to the people held in dispatch in Nelson Mandela Metropolitan Municipality in 2024. Finally, during the period under review, a lot of work had to be put in place to ensure that the ERP implementation phases are brought to finality. The last module was deployed at the beginning of the current financial year. Among the work undertaken in this regard was an intensive training program of our end users and the management of the transitions to the new system with the least number of glitches. All the undertaken during the period under review was with an understanding that these separate but related tasks are building blocks to a conducive environment to achieve the goal of building a capable, ethical, and developmental state. The annual report is developed as a requirement of Section 59 of the Financial Management of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act number 10 of 2009. However, it is also a tool for oversight as members and committees evaluate our performance against the annual performance plan to inform improvement. Indeed, honorable members, the 7th term will seek to respond to challenges previously encountered and continue with introducing efficiencies in the process of the work of the legislature, making it more responsive towards improvement of life for all. The 2025 matric student, as they prepare for the National Senior Certificate Final Examination, I want them to always hold on these profound words from former President Nelson Mandela. Open quote, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." Close quote. Be courageous in your preparation and know that whatever fears you have, a brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Work hard and break a leg while you are at it. Honorable members, to sum up the account of the annual report, we are building on the work of the 6th administration with a strong foundation of the organizational stability and continuity, armed with a steady progress in fortifying the efficiency of our oversight mechanism. I hereby table the annual report of the legislature for the 2024-2025 financial year. Deputy Chairperson of Committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The report stands referred to the Legislature Oversight Committee in terms of Rule 191, subsection 5. That concludes the discussion on this matter and the business of the day. The House will adjourn until Wednesday, 8th of October 2025 at 14 hours in the Raymnond Mhlaba chamber for question, oral reply, and presentations from IEC and SARS. Honorable members are once again reminded that SARS will be in the precinct for individual tax filing for 2025. The House is adjourned.